Wow. Amazing. Incredible job. Thank you. I'm really humbled to be here right now. I have to thank Jerome Hughes for having the vision and the courage to make that phone call to me that day, because 5 weeks ago, if you would have told me I would have been doing anything else other than our other company, I would have told you that you were absolutely crazy. And now I see, Jerome, I was the one that was crazy because this is amazing. And I want to say what Crystal talked about earlier on your panel, the why. Folks, that's where it's at. You got to know why you're building this business. Everyone heard my why last night when I talked about my son. Well, my son is now 19 years old. He's off to college. So that's an incredible, happy ending, right? But I have a new why. And see, everyone, when you really search inside of you, there's probably something or someone you can find that's going to help drive you. And see, they tell me that the why has to be so big that it makes you cry. And if it doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. My why right now are my grandparents. There's a saying that says, give them their flowers while they're here on earth. And I remember years ago, I was put in a position where I was making an obscene amount of income, incredible amount of income. And I remember blessing my grandparents often and sending them on vacations and doing very special things for them. See, I remember my grandmother and my grandfather worked so hard all their life, and they sacrificed for the family. And I remember no one really being there for them. But when I was in a position where I was making this money, I said, I'm going to take care of my grandparents. And then all of a sudden, that money I had was literally gone. I got to the point where we were losing income so fast. We were just there hanging on, trying to survive, trying to pay our own bills. And I remember looking at my grandmother in the eye and seeing fear, because my grandfather, a few years ago, was diagnosed with cancer. And so even though he had actually retired, he had went back to work beyond retirement, he had to then quit because of this diagnosis. And then all of a sudden, they were struggling, figuring out how they would pay their bills. And here I was, their grandchild, who they had taken care of me all our life when we were raised by a single mom in the projects. My grandparents were always there for us. They always sacrificed. But here, I couldn't write a check for them. Do you know how that made me feel? Every night, I would cry because I couldn't do for them what at one point I could do for them. But I was still loyal and faithful to that company. And I'm just thankful for Jerome for having the courage. Because what I know right now, folks, see, people want to know how we got on this stage. We have a why that's so big. It puts me on my knees every night and I break down and cry because I know my grandparents deserve better than what I've been able to do for them. And see, I build this business every day like I'm losing my home because I know they deserve much better. And folks, sometimes in your life, you get one shot to make something happen. And a few years ago, when I had that shot and I made all that money, I blew every dime. And I don't know what I did to deserve to be standing here again with another shot. Yep. But because I was given that moment, folks, I work this business every day, day in, day out. I am on the phone because I know that I have a why that's so big that it's going to absolutely be fulfilled through me. And I truly believe that if you guys understand the vision of where we're going, we have these brilliant men who have put us in front of $1 trillion industry. And they cracked the code. They say when the wave hits, you got to get in front of that wave just as it's about to go up. And you got to pedal hard. And our team right now, we are pedaling hard. Because there's a lot of folks out there that deserve those flowers while they're here on earth. And we have a lot of lives to go out and save. And I just want to thank you, Evolv. Thank you, team. Thank you, Larice, Phyllis, Sharice, Josh, Harmon, Dr. Avery. Thank you, Ken. Thank you all for believing in me. Because guess what, folks? This is the answer that our economy needs. This is the answer that our family needs. And we need to leave this conviction, and we need to run hard for the next 84 days.
Yeah.
And give the world back